Hello everybody, this is Sci-Fi Junk yet again on this lovely, wonderful Monday afternoon, which actually happens to be Martin Luther King Day, so a lot of stuff is closed, like banks and postal service and stuff like that. But anyway, today I thought I'd go ahead and take why not join the holiday, take a holiday. But I wanted to go ahead and make a video for those of you that have not really been keeping up with Wetumpka politics. Last week we actually had a emergency council meeting. Regrettably, I was not able to attend because I was dealing with my caregiver duties and along with having a friend, or actually having family around. So I couldn't attend, but from what I've seen and from what I've read, the lovely, wonderful mayor of Wetumpka now has to relinquish his keys, which he really shouldn't have had to begin with. The city manager got fired. The city clerk became the interim city manager, which I personally don't agree with, since she's the one that seems to think that computers don't lie, and if the computer says it's true, which, in my 24 years worth of, dealing with computers myself, along with my 2,100 hours worth of training at West Watkins, and my associate's degree knows that, that's not necessarily true. Anyway, unfortunately, during the meeting, there was some other stuff said by the means of the police not having a budget, the fire department not getting funding, which, why would you want to not fund your fire department is a good question. Kind of makes you wonder if the police department must be getting any money whatsoever at all. So those are the main things that happened. There are some other minor things that happened, like, people talked about how the mayor overstepped his bounds and everything like that. But the main thing that really needs to happen is that we need to, we as the people need to fix this problem. And it's not all the way fixed. It's just, we're just starting to get stuff together, to put stuff together, to fix some of the problems that he created. But there are still problems around, mainly with the system that the city's using for utilities, and how, mind you, I'm not the only one having problems with the city of Wetumpka when it comes to utilities. The Wetumpka Housing Authority has had a number of problems with city of Wetumpka utilities. Matter of fact, I believe it was, let's see, what is today? Today's the 20th. Last Friday, the 17th, I got a call for the housing authority, and probably I couldn't finish what I was doing, but when I asked the secretary who else is having problems with electric, what she told me was beyond me. She literally told me one of the tenants that was actually moving from, I'm guessing that they couldn't really pay the rent they were at, which is the reason why these tenants were actually moving into the Wetumpka Housing Authority. But she straight up told me that the new tenant that was trying to get his or her electric to the unit, that the city of Wetumpka couldn't even find a deposit that this lovely tenant had, put in to have housing, have electric here in Wetumpka. That in itself kind of makes you wonder if the utility or if the system that City Hall is using to deal with utilities is even been working right. I mean, me having to prove that I made a payment, or the fact that the system itself is not working right because my mother, which is the person I'm a caregiver to, makes payments to the previous amount, and if the bill doesn't say how much the previous amount is right on our end, it's not our fault that the system itself is saying one thing, and the bills that it hands out to the people that have accounts are, let's say another thing. That's the problem that we have to deal with now. Yes, the mayor got his thing. Yes, the city manager gotten thrown out. But what about all the other problems that happened? Anyway, I know that was more of a rant. It started out with the city council and ended up being a rant toward the end. I do sincerely apologize. I've been trying to do my best to keep my ranting and my rambling down to a minimum. Anyway, so if you happen to live in Wetumpka, my PSA about living here or working here or visiting here still kind of stands. It's just not as bad as it used to be. I still personally would not want to live here or work here. But visiting, yeah, you could have people visit every now and then. Then they can see how bad it is. Matter of fact, if you do like a YouTube video, or you go to YouTube and search Wetumpka, you'll see a lot of the stuff that's on Main Street is up for sale in one form or another. Matter of fact, our lovely, wonderful, only hardware store on Main Street is up for sale for $200,000. Once it goes, all we'll have is the Napa down Highway 9, and it's eventually, it's probably going to go. Anyway, with that being said, don't have too much fun, and if you live in Wetumpka, the only thing I can think of to say is hang in there, or just hang in there best you can. Anyway, until next time, don't have too much fun.